Good morning, Hengist here from House of Hengist Comics. Today we continue our battles over Westerplatte and we're into the second wave. Polish resistance has been stronger than anticipated, and the current situation report suggests that with the SS company having been reduced and basically compelled to withdraw, they need pioneers to go and take out those nests. So those are their orders: go in, reduce the bunkers and find a way through. The narrowness of the isthmus limits both sides of their deployment, but the Poles did make a tactical readjustment. However, this could be seen as an error, leaving the heavy machine guns somewhat isolated on their left flank. The Poles still had their trusty 105, but this wasn't that effective on this day. However, the German support, which was a flight of nearly 60 Stukas, we believe, was bringing terror and devastation with considerable accuracy. It brought absolute mayhem to the battlefield. Here we can see Hauptmann Weiss and his company, 1st platoon supported by Gebs and 4 mortars and a sniper, backed up by 2nd platoon. He immediately made a rush on the heavy machine guns, pinning it with mortar and small arms fire, and then going in at the bayonet, some men being trapped on the wire. He then found himself in a breakthrough position and effectively managed to defilade the bunker, only to run into 1st Polish rifle platoon, which was led by a very determined commander. However, the Poles still were beginning to panic and raced their infantry up, only to meet sustained Stuka attacks. Weiss pressed on. Using a flamethrower, he managed to pin his enemy and then moved over the wire to get into a good position now to assault. In the meantime, his 2nd platoon had moved up, taken advantage of the craters, and then, under his orders, dug in, with the view that if his attack was doomed to failure, they would hold some ground for a possible jump-off on the 3rd phase, if there was one required. As you can see here, it's still very dense, and there was a lot of close actions in amongst the trees and the woodland, the wire, and the such. The key problem here, obviously, for the Poles was to get forward quick enough, and as you can see, the Stukas proved very accurate, and this is a historical photograph of the devastation. Weiss's press is on. He's being slowly whittled down. His medic is making as many saves as possible, but we've still got determined, sustained, dug-in fire from the Poles. With only about 15 men left against 30 Poles, it was looking bleak, but he managed to secure and knock out the 2nd bunker, much to the cheers of German forces. However, he was now isolated and was subsequently killed in action in close-quarter battle. However, before he died, he managed to radio through to 3rd platoon to make their launched assault against the 3rd and final bunker. This they did. They pressed with elan and came straight up the road, even under sustained machine gun fire. What then transpired was that the Poles counterattacked. This time their determined hero basically was killed and cut down by a bayonet of a pioneer grenadier. 3rd platoon struck, smashing into the bunker and destroying it, and it looked as though it was going to win. But the Poles just managed to get more infantry in, and so ultimately held the ground. "Hard cheese, old boy," as one of the Poles managed to remark. And if you're more interested in also what we do in terms of the comics that we write, then look at our blog, houseofhengist.blogspot.co.uk. And also, I would suggest having a look at this film on Westerplatte. So I'm going to wish you a happy wargaming. We're going to be in the thick of it today with 2 more fights, and I'll hopefully post that up later. These historical battles are part of our campaign and provide points in the campaign system, so there's some incentive for us to fight on. Anyway, wishing you again a happy day and a happy day's wargaming if you're up to it.